my lovies, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a cream contouring video. I seriously needed to update this video. I think my last one was like 2 years ago. How has the time flown by? My steps haven't changed too much, but I have learned a little bit since doing that initial cream contouring video about products that I like, products I don't like, techniques that I like to use, and talking a little bit more about setting it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna kick it off by just talking about what cream contouring is. I mean, everybody and their mother contours. We all know about it. Cream contouring is what it says on the packaging. It's contouring with cream products. It's definitely a lot more different than taking something like these, which are the Kat Von D powder contours. They are powder products. The thing with powder products is you can apply powder on top of powder. You can also apply powder on top of foundation or cream. The difference with the cream contouring is you have to apply the cream contour over your foundation. Don't set your face before you cream contour. It will just turn into a cakey hot mess and it won't look good. The last time I did this video, I talked about my favorite contouring products. I've literally whittled it down to 2 at this stage, guys. There's only 2 products that I ever use, and the first one is the one I'm using today, which is the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in the color Toast. I used to use Beautiful Bronze back then. It's a little bit too deep for me at the moment. These concealers, naturally, because they're so deep, are recommended for deeper skin tones. But because they look a little bit darker on my skin, I can get away with them as a contour. They're not designed as cream contouring products. I just use them for that purpose. It's more of a liquidy, creamy product, so it can get a little bit messy. But if you take your time with it, it is really lovely on the skin. I use this and its little sister product. This is the highlighting product I use today. I call this Drugstore because these are available in the drugstore in the US. They're not available here, but they are available in Beauty Bay, and that's where I buy mine. They're like €3 or €4, so inexpensive. I usually buy tons of them because I go through them quite rapidly. Contouring, I use this one here. For highlighting, I love this one, and this is in Creamy Beige. You don't have to use this to highlight with. You can use any concealer that you have. There's no specific designed highlighting product. I use concealer, so whichever concealer that you like, go for it. This is just the one that I'm going to use in this video today. The other thing I will say about cream contouring is your tools will come in very handy. The brush that I use to cream contour is the contour brush from Real Techniques, and then I use my beauty blender. Look at it's so messy and dirty. I promise you this was clean this morning. These are your 2 best friends when it comes to cream contouring. This is great at blending out just the small areas on the face, but this, if you don't have a beauty sponge of any sort, I beg you to pick one up, especially if you're going to cream contour. This will save you so much time, so much effort, and just make it look a lot more airbrushed. So to start, I'm going to highlight the face. I'm going to start with underneath the eyes, naturally, and I'm going to create a triangle underneath the eyes, something kind of similar to this. So I'm just placing concealer underneath my eyes. The light reflects downwards. This is going to emphasize underneath my eyes and make them look brighter, more awake, more light, more fresh, more illuminated. Another area that I often place my concealer is in between the brows, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, and over my lip. So there you have your face highlighted. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and that is contour when the highlight is still there. But I just want to show you the position to where I put my cream contour. Squeeze out your product. We're gonna go from the corner of my ear just down to the corner of my eye. Apply a little bit of this product, guys. You can always go in with more. Less is best. I also apply a little bit of this underneath my lower lip, a little bit on the corners of my chin. I also apply it from my temples around the top of my forehead, and this is going to give the appearance that my forehead is a little bit shorter than it is. Now you will see that I have kind of applied my contour down a little bit because I'm going to be blending it back. If I apply it up here, I'll be blending it down too far, if that makes any sense. So that's kind of like the area where I want to stop. And I'm only applying a tiny amount because the more product you apply, the crazier it's gonna get. Now it's time for the fun part, the blending. I'm gonna blend out my highlight first, and I'm using a beauty blender. You wanna make sure that this is wet, obviously, like with every time you use a beauty blender. And what I usually do is I will pat underneath the eye with the tip of the beauty blender, and I will just blend out my highlight. Tapping motions, no swiping. And it's as easy as that. And now you can see how highlighted and brightened underneath my eye is. You can then take the round bit of the Beauty Blender and just blend out any harsh lines. I'm just going to blend out the nose again. I just use the flat side of the Beauty Blender, and then the same with in between the brows. The highlight is naturally going to be a little bit easier to blend out because it's just going to blend in with your skin tone a bit more. Now all of those areas on my face are highlighted and a little bit more radiant. Now we're going to blend out the contour. This is a tricky bit, guys. Take your time with this. Don't rush this process because it does take time. I'm going to start off with the chin. Again, I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, same one, even though I used it with the highlighting, it should be fine. If you use it with the cream contour and then go in to blend out your highlight, it may get a bit messy. Now I'm just taking the round bit of the Beauty Blender and just blending out the chin. Take your time with it. It also helps if you actually blend this out straight away and don't leave it to sit on your skin like I did, but I was talking and trying to explain to you guys. I'm using the round bit of the Beauty Blender and I'm blending it up and I'm just bouncing it over the product. I'm not swiping. And this is something I do every single time I go on a night out clubbing. I love doing cream contouring because I have a little bit more time to get ready and I just adore the effect that it gives my skin. You can suck in your cheeks if you want to make it easier to blend out that contour. Now it's time to blend out around the temples and around the forehead. This is, like I said, a lengthy process, so take your time with it. Just bounce the Beauty Blender over the area and you will get movement, you will get the contour to blend, and it will become much easier the more you practice this. So once you're happy with the blending of your cream contour, that you've no kind of blotches or anything like that on the skin, make sure you take your time. Like I said, I can't stress that enough. Take your time, do it slowly and blend as much as you possibly can. If you are finding that you're getting a little bit of the contour maybe blending down too far, go back in with your highlight and clean up that area. Draw a line a little bit further down than where your contour was. It will just clean up the area and make the contour stand out a little bit more, because we do want to emphasize our cheekbones. That's the whole aim of contouring, that you want to like lift certain parts of your face. So if you bring a little bit of the highlight just down there, it should clean it all up. Now we are ready to set the face. Now I set my highlight first always. I'm taking the L'Oreal Nude Magic BB powder. This is like my favorite powder because it's light. It's actually a setting powder, but because it's a lot lighter than my natural skin tone, I can use it to set light parts of my skin, so like underneath my eyes. And I just take a Real Techniques brush and I just pat it under that area, not swiping. I don't want to move the product that's under there. I'm just patting it down. I don't take this powder to set anywhere else on my face. Like sometimes I might take it to set over the lip. We'll just do that right now. But the rest of my face, I use a translucent powder. Powder that I'm taking to set my entire face is the e.l.f. High Definition Powder. I love this. It's translucent. It can get messy, the packaging, but in general the product is very, very good. The reason why I'm taking this to set the rest of my face is because I have contour and highlight on the face, so I have lots of different kind of colors going on and I don't want to mute down my contour, so I want to take something that's translucent. e.l.f. is now available in Superdrug, which is awesome. We can all get hold of it. So I'm just going to use my e.l.f. flat top brush to apply a light layer of the powder over my skin. I don't want to add too much product. I just want to add it to all parts of my skin, including the highlighted areas also, but keeping it away from underneath the eye. Now you can go a little bit extra with this cream contouring, as in you can actually apply a powder contour on top. Like I said, this is not an everyday thing that I would do because it is definitely like extra steps. But if you wanted to bronze up the skin over the contour, you could take something like the butter bronzer, a little bit, like a tiny amount on a brush, and just kind of apply it over the areas that you contour just to bring them back out again. So So once you are happy with the way that the contour has turned out and the setting and everything like that, you can then apply blush and highlight and whatever else you want to apply to the skin. Blush, I'm going to take my favorite Luminoso, and this is from Milani. I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks, like you normally would. And then to highlight, I'm just gonna take the Carly Bible palette and I'm gonna go in with this shade here. You can use any shade that you would like to highlight with. This is a really affordable palette, so it's amazing. Okay guys, I hope that video helped you out in some way. I hope that I was informative. Let me know if you guys cream contour, what your favorite products to cream contour with, because I'm looking to pick up more all the time because I feel like I use the LA Girl ones all the time. It's like my favorite product to contour with, but I want to try more things, so you guys let me know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already. I upload 3 times a week. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up and thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye!